This production of our group in the form of a play titled Strings of Heritage will be based around the main cast, Jock, Jack, and John Baptiste, forming a band called We Got Into This Band Thing for Fun, and now we actually made it kind of big. WGITB TFFANWAMIKOB is an alternative country band, with their main inspiration being solo artists like Hardy and, in their opinion, the greatest band of all time, Wilco. While not all of their inspirations are exactly alternative country, as seen with Hardy, they have still found a way to put all of these into practice and create some music that is performed semi successfully across several streaming platforms and has even amassed a decent amount of sales on vinyl, cassette, and CD physical medias. However, there is one thing that shocks the three J's upon finding out. They are all michif and have heritage that links back to the province of Saskatchewan in Canada. These three boys always assumed that they were white/Caucasian all their lives and reside in a place called literally the middle of nowhere, Montana. But they receive a big surprise when a long lost relative sends them a series of text messages that confirms their michif status, inviting them to take a visit to Saskatchewan to see where they initially came from. As to their surprise as well, they were even born in Saskatchewan. The boys, all throughout the play, continue to learn more and more about what it means to be michif and dedicate their band to being their strings tied to their heritage, as the magnificent and definitely not egotistical Jock says. One very regular day in literally the middle of nowhere, Montana, the three bandmates are, as usual, practicing their epic alt country skills, preparing themselves for the upcoming Battle of the Bands competition taking place in their state of Montana in a city 50.56666666666666 minutes away from them if you drive 5 kilometers above the speed limit, which they do for no particular reason. They know because the band's nerd, Jack, had to record the trip once down to the last decimal because he can't handle not knowing every single little detail about something if he can. Anyways, they decide that they are going to find a new area for practicing, wanting to switch up from their usual scenery. With a quick search on the highly convenient map app, they find a cool looking park about 5 minutes out of town that they had somehow never even heard of before, called the perfect park for totally not mediocre bands to practice, aka Cherry Bowl Berry Park. The park has mysteriously been formatted almost perfectly for band practices, with a little stage like structure that allows for exceptionally easy hookup of instruments and access to everything that one may need to hold a successful practice. Naturally, the bunch are stoked to be heading to a place that was practically crafted for people such as themselves. Enthusiastically, Jack exclaims,
Oh golly, oh gee, fellow bandmates, are you excited as me?
"Why are you such a cornball?"
Come on, man. He's just a little excited. That's all. There's no need to be so uptight.
Excuse me? Since when was I uptight? I'm merely stating the facts here. Jack is free to be excited, yes. But why does he have to be so awkward about it? Like, literally all of the time.
You're just jealous that you aren't as great as me. Everywhere I go, the ladies practically line up for me. It's packed in there, I tell you, wall to wall. All the greatest beauties that you could ever imagine.
Okay, that's enough. Jaquise, it's right here. For once, you are a bit much.
Well, at least I'm not.
The van begins to continuously swerve, making an awful noise. A quick glance at the speedometer shows that Jack was going 160 kilometers an hour, his heavy foot and easily distracted nature being carried so far away that he has reached a scarily dangerous speed. Being the panicky guy that he is, Jack totally flips out about the situation, screaming in an annoyingly high pitched tone and flailing his arms all about, even though he is driving a literal vehicle. Like, what are you doing? Get those grubby fingers back on the steering wheel! Jock. What are you doing? Trying to kill us? Plus, the park was literally only 5 minutes out of town. We're almost in the most notable city in this scarily boring state already, which is a whole hour out of town. I can't believe this. I can't believe you. We are.
Good God, enough talking already. You're all doing it to make things somehow even worse. At least we didn't crash or find ourselves in a ditch. I'm not sure how we managed such a feat, but at least we did.
Why aren't you listening to my concerns, you little?
Enough! Silence!
Oh, look who it is. Little Mr. Accident waiting to happen, finally snapping. Good for you. I didn't think you had the emotional depth to express anything other than being almost artificially jolly or nerdy.
What did I say?
Nothing of particular importance. Ah ha ha ha!
Out of my van, now! Out!
Um, okay. Kinda out of a loss for words now.
Good, I don't want you to talk anyway.
Geez, broadhead, little harsh.
Somehow, they all got to the park of which they forgot the name, since it is a mouthful to say, for no particular reason.
Took you guys a while.
What did you expect? You chucked Jaquise out of the van going to Mac 10 down the road.
And just be glad I didn't do it to you too, because I could have, just as easily.
Yeah, right.
Want me to demonstrate?
No,
Good, because y'all just jealous.
I'm definitely not jealous of you. Haha. In fact, you would probably be the last person that I would develop any sort of jealousy towards.
Whatever. Let's go get some ice cream and then practice.
You know, I quite like the sound of that. None of this arguing crap. We are best friends, after all.
I suppose.
Yeah.
And the boys do just that. They all go grab a cone of mint chocolate ice cream from the shop across the street and then come back to do their practice. Once having successfully completed the practice, they hold a band meeting in the van, deciding to do something which they have never done before.
So, it's official then. We're going back to the big city. I can't believe it. It's been a dream of mine ever since I was a little boy.
Dramatic, but okay.
What do you mean dramatic? It's the big city.
Okay, sorry. Jeez Louise, Magma Head.
Wait, why are we even doing this? Why are we even going?
To enter into the greatest battle of the bands around. No one in this totally booming state of Montana could possibly beat us.
Hey, I've got a text message here from the manager of the Battle of the Bands.
What does it say?
He says that he knows us. Oh, wait. Right here it says, we are relatives? Dang. He's going fully on this culture thing, too. And that we're of something called michif ancestry? Do you understand this, Jack? I have no idea what the heck is going on here. I thought we were your typical Caucasians?
Huh?
Uh, were you not listening, you grubby-toed, sticky-scalped son of a beautiful mother?
Jack? Were you not listening? I asked a question. And an important one at that.
Yes, I understand. We are Métis people, and it sounds like from St. Louis, Saskatchewan. But how we got here, I don't know.
Okay, but what exactly is Métis? And what are we supposed to do with this information now?
We are half-breeds?
No, JB, stop. That's a derogatory language.
So, does that mean we're a mixture of sorts? A half and half ordeal like JB over here just blurted out? Sounds sort of like that half and half iced tea that is my absolute favorite.
Métis people are part European and part First Nations. Back when the Europeans came overseas to what is now called North America, or Turtle Island as many as the indigenous peoples called it, they became among the first people to mate with the local First Nations people that weren't First Nations themselves. This resulted in the Métis culture and peoples being created as they were the first generation of people to be created from this cross of some sort.
Bro, listen for a minute, you stupid apple chip.
No, you rotten biscuit. Do biscuits even rot? I don't even know. I'm not even mad. I like apples.
This is not very chill guy of you, JB. It's giving crash out season.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Anyways, that is what michif slash Métis is all about. Apparently, that is what we are. Who would have thought? I wonder if we'll be able to go to Saskatchewan one day to reconnect with our homeland.
Looks like we will. Right here in this message, it says that we have been invited to go on a road trip along with the manager, who is our relative, all the way up to Saskatchewan.
Awesome! Looks like we're going there. Screw this battle. This is so much more exciting. So, I've been doing a little bit of research into this michif thing, and it turns out there are even several dialects of the language of the same name. The particular one in our area is referred to as michif French. I found an app for it. Looked up the word ancestors. It says it translates to Lire Areas Parents. Pretty cool.
Did you just say the hairy air pairs ants?
No, you beta!
What does that mean?
Doesn't matter.
I agree. Let's move on.
What is cat? Because I like cats. Cats, cat.
In Sha. You can stop saying it now.
Sha 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 sha.
Alright!
Hey JB, want to know what a drum is in michif?
Ooh, yeah, I do. I drummy drum.
It's tanbour.
Tan boar. How does a boar tan? It has fur that protects its tannability from tanning. That don't make sense to me.
Okay, Gollum.
No comment. Anyways, it looks like we're finally here in good old Saskatchewan. Seems pretty boring to me.
I love Saskatchewan. What do you mean?
When you nod your head yes, but you want to say no, what do you mean?
Oh!
Why would you do that? Isn't that like pretty ambitious?
Oh my god, you said dumb and michif. Yahoo!
Oh, so that's what that means. Oh wait, I'm the only one in the van. Cool. Time to be irresponsible and consume 5 bananas in 30 seconds and beat my previous record. Then I'll post it to who's the best banana eating. Well, I can't even say that. .com, monkey.com.
Okay, so I don't know what kind of gift from God this is, but the van is still going even though JB's in the back seat. He's going 150 kilometers an hour even though he doesn't have his foot on the pedal, and he is currently driving away from us and leaving us in the dust. Laissez-faire.
Darn, bro. Guess we can't go to Saskatchewan.
We're already on the outskirts of Saskatoon, according to the highly accurate map app. Plus, there seems to be someone coming up in the distance. Perhaps they could get us to this St. Louis that you speak of. When arriving St. Louis, the boys interact more and more with michif culture, and clips of them doing so are about to be shown here. The magnificent and hilarious and definitely not at all annoying ending.